Deep under the sea, on the longest night, Grandma Fish shared stories with his many grandbabies. He started with a tale of Mahoosh, a tiny black fish. Mahoosh lived with his mommy in a cozy cave, dreaming of seeing the moon peek through their mossy roof. Mahoosh was special, the only one to hatch from 10,000 eggs. One morning before the sun peaked, Mahoosh woke his mom.
Mommy, I must talk now.
Honey, later. Let's swim first.
No, Mommy. I can't swim anymore. I have to leave.
Leave? We're so early.
I need to find the stream's end. I can't sleep because I need to know what's beyond. I'm done with these swims. I want more, Mommy. I've seen old fish complain they wasted their lives. Is that all there is? Back and forth, same place until you're old? Life is more than just swimming. Others grow old and complain of wasted lives. Is that all there is?
Sweetheart, the stream has no end. It just flows, always has, always will. It just flows forever.
But doesn't everything end? Night, day, even weeks? No more swimming. I want to see beyond here. I want to see beyond.
Mahoosh, what's gotten into you? The world is here and life is what we have.
What are you two talking about? Not going out today?
These children. They want to teach their mothers.
Teaching?
He wants to see the world. Big words for such a little fish.
What's all this talk about? Going out to see the world?
I don't want the same old swims. I don't want to be old and stuck in the same place.
Wow, such strong words. Remember that snail with a twisted shell?
My only child. Who put these ideas in his head?
No one. I think for myself. And I saw what happened to the twisted snail.
That's all in the past.
Mahoosh and his mom's argument grew louder.
To explore. Beyond. Beyond. I want to know what's out there.
I was young. I pondered the same thing. Enough of these silly words.
No, Mommy. I want to. Explore and see what's out there.
Is it really that bad?
No, Mommy. I can't wait. I need to leave.
Oh, how times have changed.
I'm just a fish swimming along like always, with my eyes and ears wide open. No one's influenced me. I have my own thoughts and understanding. I see things with my own eyes.
Fish and snails don't become friends.
But I never knew fish and snails were enemies until you put that poor thing underwater. You brought up the past.
That snail deserved it. Remember what it used to say when it was around?
Then kill me too, because I say the same things.
Soon other fish gathered, confused and upset by Mahoosh's words.
Do you think we'll let you off easy?
There's no other world. Stay here.
I'm ashamed to be your neighbor.
He just wants trouble.
Don't insult me, you half-vegetarian.
If you don't raise your child properly, you should expect consequences.
We should send him to the old snail so he learns his lesson.
He just wants trouble.
Do you think we'll let you off easy?
If you don't raise your child properly,
we should send him away.
If you regret this later, we won't be here for you.
It's just youthful desires. Come back.
If you come back, then we'll know you're truly wise.
Mom tried to protect Mahoosh, but the crowd grew hostile.
Please have mercy on me. Don't go. Please have mercy on me. Don't go.
Goodbye, friends. Don't forget me. How could we forget you? You've awakened us from our slumber. Taught us things we never knew.
We hope to see you again. Wise and brave friend.
Mahoosh found himself in a vast pond unlike anything he'd seen. Disoriented at first, he soon began to explore. Never had he seen so much water.
Look at this strange creature.
Mahoosh, ever polite, introduced himself.
Hello, I'm Mahoosh. What are your names?
The minnows puffed out their chests.
We are called carpfishes, known for our ancestry.
Mahoosh smiled.
We're the most beautiful creatures in the world.
One minnow scoffed.
Unlike you, we're not ugly and strange.
Mahoosh chuckled.
Please be kind. I'm not here to fight. Maybe we can learn from each other. Ignorance can be a blessing. But the world is vast and full of many shapes and colors.
Ignorant one. We see the whole world, us and our parents.
If you think you've seen all the world, then you've never truly left this pond.
Well, we explore the world every day, but all we see are ourselves and our parents and some insignificant worms.
Why would we need to leave? The pond is our world.
Even 100 lifetimes wouldn't cure your ignorance.
What do you mean?
How dare you?
Leave the pond?
What do you mean?
Startled, the minnows huddled together. Is there more?
Of course. Where do you think this water comes from? And what lies beyond the surface?
The minnows exchanged confused glances. Water from somewhere else? Beyond the surface? Ridiculous. Mahoosh chuckled along, knowing arguing wouldn't help. A frog perched on a rock by the pond.
Greetings.
Cut the drama, little fish. This pond is the whole world, like it or not. Now swim along and don't go giving my tadpoles any silly ideas.
Mr. Frog, even if you lived 100 lifetimes, you'd still be clueless.
A winding valley. The stream rushed. Mountains stood tall. A lizard watched nearby while a big crab enjoyed its meal, a frog. Mahoosh suddenly realized the world was far bigger and weirder than he thought. As Mahoosh swam by, the lizard pounced and grabbed him.
Come here, little.
In a panic, Mahoosh spotted the crab.
Greetings, sir. Actually, I'm on a journey, and being your lunch isn't part of the plan. Mr. Lizard, I'm Little Black Mahoosh, on a quest to find the end of the stream. You seem wise, so I have a question.
Feel free to ask.
I've heard scary stories about the water carrier, the sawfish, and the fish-eating bird. Do you know anything about them?
Sawfish and birds aren't common here. Sawfish live in the sea, so be cautious around them. Don't get tricked into his bag.
A bag?
The water carrier has a pouch that holds water. Sometimes, fish swim in and become his lunch. If he's not hungry, he stores them for later, not unless you tear the bag.
So there's no escape.
Here, take this dagger.
A dagger? A dagger? Thank you, Mr. Lizard. You're a lifesaver.
No need for thanks. I make these from thorns. For wise fish like you.
So, others have traveled this way?
Many.
How?
They even formed a group to outsmart the fishermen. They swim into his nets and drag them to the bottom of the sea. My children are awake. I must go.
Mahoosh was all alone, his mind full of questions. Did the stream lead to the sea? Were the sawfish and the bird that ate fish real dangers? His journey felt harder with each moment. He kept swimming, feeling more and more worried. The valley was getting smaller, the rocks taller, and the water darker. Suddenly he felt a sharp pull. A net lifted him and other fish out of the water. Fear rushed through him as they rose towards the fisherman. Just then, a giant sawfish appeared. With its sharp nose, it sliced through the net, freeing Mahoosh and the other fish. Mahoosh didn't stick around to see if the sawfish was friend or foe. He just swam as fast as he could. He kept swimming, tired but relieved. Finally, the stream led to a huge river, which flowed into a never-ending ocean. He had made it. From a tiny stream to the big ocean, he had seen it all. Exhausted but excited, Mahoosh thought about his journey. He had learned so much, made new friends, and created memories he'd never forget. The world, once as small as his cozy cave, was now huge and full of wonder. He loved the waterfalls, the warm sunshine, and the smell of fresh mountain herbs mixed with the earthy scent of the water. He greeted a deer running from a hunter, watched turtles soaking up the sun, and listened to quails singing happily. The world was bursting with life, full of amazing things to see, hear, and smell. It was a constant source of wonder for the little black fish. As the valley widened and the water deepened, Mahoosh was excited to finally meet a group of fish after being alone for so long.
New here? Yes, I'm on a quest to find the end of the stream.
Beware of the heron. He has a huge bag for unsuspecting fish.
I know. Still going? I must.
News of Mahoosh's bravery spread quickly. Some smaller fish were tempted to join him but were held back by fear. Mahoosh wasn't bothered one bit. He thanked them and kept swimming, his heart racing with excitement. There was no way he was letting fear stop him. As the sun set, he arrived at a busy village. Women and girls washed clothes by the river while kids splashed around, laughing. Mahoosh watched for a moment, then swam into the dark water. He found a cozy spot under a rock and fell asleep. Dreaming about the endless adventures ahead. In the middle of the night, Mahoosh woke up, startled by the moon shining on the water. He had always loved the moon. Back home he'd dream of chatting with it. But his mom always dragged him back under the moss before he could.
Hello, beautiful moon!
Hello, little blackfish. Where are you off to?
To see the world.
The world is vast, little fish.
That's all right. I'll see as much as I can. I love your light, moon. I wish it could shine forever.
I wish to illuminate your path until morning, but a dark cloud is approaching to block my light.
I love your light. I wish it could always shine on me.
I don't make my own light. It's the sun's, and I reflect it. Did you know humans might try flying to me?
Impossible.
Humans do amazing things, despite challenges.
Its sentence was cut short as the black cloud rolled in. Swallowing the moon and plunging Mahoosh back into darkness. Lost and confused, he retreated under his rock and drifted back to sleep.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You followed me?
Ready for the adventure?
Yes, but we're worried about the pelican.
We're scared. The heron. Don't worry. Once we start swimming, fear will fade.
Suddenly, a net descended, engulfing them all in darkness. The heron's bag. Panic seized the little fish.
What a catch! I can't wait to eat you!
They cried, blaming Mahoosh.
We're doomed.
We're doomed because you let us here. Don't fear too much. Fear only grows when we let it. We'll be swallowed whole. We might find a way out. Don't lose hope. Stop! You're making all of us look bad.
Hey there! Are you still alive enough for me to eat? I can't eat a fish that's so soft and thin.
Don't be fools. He's playing you.
Mama! Hey, little one. Don't cry. We need to think of a way out of here.
You look tasty.
I need to deal with you first before I take revenge on the kingfisher.
Listen closely. We work together, or we all die. Quiet. We'll escape. But we need a plan. Listen closely.
Mahoosh ignored the little fish's fear and came up with a plan. He'd use his dagger to get rid of the kingfisher from the inside and help them escape.
I'll use this to open the kingfisher's stomach. Listen to my plan. I'll swim inside and make him laugh. When he laughs and opens his mouth, you escape.
He started wiggling, and the kingfisher, feeling ticklish, burst out laughing and opened its beak.
When it laughs, you jump out.
But how can you fight the kingfisher when you're hurt? What about you? Don't worry. I won't leave until I've dealt with the kingfisher.
Quickly the little fish jumped out and escaped back into the sea. But Mahoosh stayed behind, and no one knew what happened to him. The kingfisher thrashed around and then fell into the water, lifeless. The little fish could only remember Mahoosh's bravery. The old fish finished her story. Time for bed, everyone.
Grandma, what happened to the little black fish?
That part of the story is for tomorrow. Good night. All the fish went to sleep except one curious red fish who just couldn't rest.